Good morning. First day of Hanukkah. We are going to study the second chapter of Ilchot Tefillin, Mezuza and Sefer Torah. This deals with the writing of the Tefillin itself. It's a shorter chapter, and we are going to run through some portions of it. So please try to pay attention. Halacha Aleph. כיצד כותבין את התפילין? How are tefillin written? Really, technically speaking, how are they written? של הראש, כותבין 4 פרשיות על 4 קלפים. The one of the head, the one that goes on the head, is written on 4 separate parchments, each of which contains one of the 4 parashiyot. וגוללים כל אחד ואחד לבדו. Each of these 4 parchments is rolled individually. ומניחין אותן ב4 בתים שמחוברים בעור אחד. And then each of these 4 parchments is placed inside one of the four compartments of this one unit of leather, which we again call it a bait, but really each of these 4 is called a bait in and of itself. ושל יד כותבין את 4 פרשיות ב4 דפים על קלף אחד. However, the one that goes on the arm, that's written on one single long parchment, and the 4 parashiyot are written on this one long parchment. וגוללו כמין ספר תורה מסופו לתחילתו, and then you have to roll it up, but like the Sefer Torah, you roll it up from the end to the beginning, so that when you start unrolling it, you encounter the beginning and not the end. ומניחו בבית אחד, and then you placed it inside one sole compartment. That's the one is going to be placed on the arm itself. הלכה ב' וצריך להיזהר בפרשיות שאם עשה הסתומה פתוחה או הפתוחה סתומה בסלן. And one must be careful on the parashiyot. The parashiyot are the paragraphs of the tefillin, because the paragraphs in the Torah, when something is a paragraph, it means it ends on either a petuha or a setuma kind of way. Petuha means that the line ends and then the next line begins at the beginning of the column, and setuma means that there is a space inside the line separating one paragraph from the next. But doing the setuma petuha or the petuha setuma invalidates the tefillin. ושלוש הפרשיות הראשונות כולם פתוחות, and it's easy to remember. Rambam says the first 3 parashiyot of the tefillin, all of them end in the middle of the sentence, in the middle of the line. In other words, you begin the next line from the beginning. ופרשה אחרונה שהיא והיה עם שמוע סתומה. But the והיה עם שמוע, the last one, that ends in the middle of the line. We are going to see what that means, actually in chapter 8. וצריך להיזהר במלא וחסר הלכה ג', and one must be careful also on spelling the words either with the vowels or without the vowels. עד שיהיו 4 כתובות כמה שהן כתובות בספר תורה הבדוק, שאם כתב וחסר מלא פסל, עד שימחוק היתר, אם כתב המלא חסר פסל ואין לו תקנה. And again, if one writes one of these words without being careful for whether there is a vowel or not, for example, sometimes in Hebrew things that have the vowel E are spelled maleh with a yod after, sometimes they are not, or likewise with the vowels O and U, whether they are followed by a vav or not. So they need to be exactly how they are in the Sefer Torah. If any of those letters is added or is missing, unlike the Sefer Torah, not only is it pasul, but it's also unfixable. One may not fix, as we are going to see, a tefillin after the fact. Can't go back and add a letter that's missing or take a letter out that wasn't there. And now I'm going to go a little quickly through this halachot, because it's really Harambam spelling out for us which words are maleh, which words are haser, which words are spelled fully, which words are not. ואלו הן החסרות והמלאות שיש ב4 פרשיות אלו. And these are all the incompletely spelled words and the fully spelled words in these 4 parashiot. Rishona, in the first parasha, which is Kadesh li chol bechol. By the way, pay attention. There is people wear 2 kinds of tefillin. Some people nowadays, one they call it Rashi, one they call it Rabbeinu Tam. It really has to do with the order of the parashiot, and Harambam's order of the parashiot is Hanahatam Kehaviyatam. The order is the same order as they appear in the Torah, which coincides with the order of what people call today Rashi. So the first one in that order is Kadesh li chol bechor, the first of the 4 parashiot. Rishona Kadesh li chol bechor, Maleh. You spell bechor with a vav maleh. Zachor, also spell with a vav maleh. Behozek, there is no vav after the het. Haser, hosi, maleh. Hosi, you spell it both with a vav and a yod. Yoseim, haser vav. Yoseim, although it has the yod after the aleph, it doesn't have the vav after the yod, so it's haser vav. Yevi'acha could have been, so Yevi'acha is spelled maleh, it's spelled with a yod after the bet, for Yevi'acha. Ve'ha'emori haser, ha'emori is, it could have had a vav after the mem to signify the o, but it doesn't. Ha'emori is without vav. Ve'ha'ivusi maleh, however, the Yevusi does have the vav after the bet for signaling vu. La'abotecha haser vav. La'abotecha doesn't have the vav after the vet to signal vo, but it has the yod for echa, the yod for the segol. Ha'avoda haser, masot haser, hashvi'i male, masot male, seor haser, gevulecha haser. And gevulecha, by the way, I just want to make a point, is not gevulecha. So the difference between spelling gevulecha with a yod or without a yod, or rather with a segol under the lamed or with a sheva under the lamed, is if we only have the sheva and no yod, it means hagevul shelcha, your gevul, your area, the land you possess. Gevulecha with a yod, it means the lands that you possess. It's the plural. It's hagevulim shelcha. It's a gevulim shelcha. So this means hagevulim shelcha here, gevulecha, but it doesn't have the yod that would signify to us that it's a plural word. Ba'avur maleh, it has a vav after the vet. Leot maleh, it has a vav after the aleph. Ul zikaron maleh, ul zikaron has the vav after the resh. However, the way I have it here, it does not have the yod after the zayin. Ainecha maleh, Ainecha has 2 yodim, one after the ayin, one after the nun. Torat has the vav after the taf, it's maleh. Hosi'acha haser yod. Ha'chuka haser lemu'adah maleh. I'm going to run through this next parashiot. This is not something that I think anyone would remember, but rather it's something one should consult when writing or checking a tefillin. Parasha sheniya v'haya ki yeviacha haser, v'haya ki yeviacha, the yeviacha is missing. V'la'avotecha haser vav, hamor haser, bechor maleh, behozek haser, hosi'anu maleh, vayaharog haser, bechor maleh. Whoever is watching this on YouTube or live, I'm showing right now the way it's written according to Harambam. You can see the full 4 parashiot, and this is the way the Yemenites still write it nowadays. So I'm going to leave it here for a couple of seconds so you can take a look. You can also see how V'haya im Shamoa, the parasha Setuma, it means that there is no space at the end of the last line, but the first line begins also a little bit after the beginning of the column. All the other parashiot begin at the beginning of the column, but they end, the very end of the parasha ends in the middle of the line. So I continue in halacha he, mi bechor haser, ve'ad bechor maleh, zoveach haser, bechol bechor maleh, leot maleh, yadecha katuv behe. There is many derashot about this. It says v'haya leot al yadecha. This should be a sign on your hand. And yadecha, in a very weird spelling, it's spelled with a he at the end. Male. It's a very, very rare kind of spelling, which is why Hachamim take advantage of this and learn from here or link a detail to this word, that detail being that the tefillin is put on the weaker of our hands, our arms. So if someone is righty, like most people are, then you'd put the tefillin on the left arm like we do. Ultotafot haser vav aharona. Totafot is missing the last vav. The Gemara has a drasha on this as well. Einecha male, behozek haser hosianu male. Halacha vav. Parasha shelishit, the third parasha, Shema, the third parasha, which is Shema. Again, this is different in Rabbeinu Tam, but Harambam and Rashi have it this way. Me'odecha haser. Me'odecha is plural. It's your. It's not your me'od, your strength, but it's your strength with an s at the end. Haser levanecha male, bebetecha belo yot sheniya, ubkumecha male, leot male, yadecha belo yot sheniya, letotafot haser shene vavin. Letotafot in this time it's missing both vavs. That's it's a little bit inconsistent with a drasha in the Gemara. The Rishonim speak about this. The Rashba has something about this. Shene vavin, Einecha male. Einecha has both yods. Mezuzot haser vav rishona. Betecha belo yod sheniya. Betecha again in this case, although it's plural, it's habatim shelcha. It doesn't have the second yod. Ubish'arecha male, but bish'arecha does have the yod at the end. Parasha revi'it. V'haya im shamoa haser. The vav after mem of shamoa, that is not there. Misvotai bevav ahat, as opposed to saying another vav to signify the o of vo. Yore male, umalkosh male, vetiro shecha haser vav, veishta havitem male, yebulaha male, hatova haser, noten haser, otam haser, leot male, letotafot haser vav sheniya, einechem male. Einechem, it has the yods after both ayin and nun. It does not have a yod after chaf because it should never have a yod after chaf. This is העיניים שלכם. אותם חסר, בביתך בלא יוד שנייה, although again this is plural. ובקומך מלא, מזוזות מלא, ביתך בלא יוד שנייה, ובשעריך מלא, לאבותיכם חסר vav. There is no vav after vo of לאבותיכם. Halacha het. And now we come to something very interesting, which is a tagim. Tagim are the little ornaments that you see on top of the letters of the Sefer Torah. Now, following some Kabbalistic tendencies, all the Sefer Torah and virtually all writings that you can find nowadays of Tefillin, Mezuzot, etc., have a very simplistic kind of system for where to put the ornaments on the letters. And it says that you put 3 ornaments, 3 little lines on top of the letters Sha'atnez Gatz, Shin Ain Tet Nun Zain Gimal and Sadi, and you put 1 line over the letters Badak Haya, Bet Dalet Kof Het Yod He. According to Harambam and the way things used to be done back in the day, there is no universal system that says on top of every shin you put something, but rather there is a specific tradition that tells you specifically which letters do and which letters do not get tagim, these little crowns. Tag means crown. In Arabic, taj means crown. Like the Keter Aram Soba, the crown of Aleppo, that very famous Tanakh that we have. Taj. So tagim means crowns, and these little crowns used to be very specifically known by tradition. It wouldn't be every shin would have it. It wouldn't be that every ayin would have it. As you'll see right now, Harambam tells you the tradition specifically for the 4 parashiyot of Tefillin. With regards to the 4 parashiyot of the Tefillin, the Yemenites, who have kept a very strong tradition in many aspects, have also kept this tiyug, this system of placing crowns according to these instructions Rambam is about to give. וצריך להיזהר בתגין של האותיות. And one must be careful. Rambam does not say here that if one is not, it invalidates a tefillin, however. In placing the crowns of these letters, ואין כמו זיינים זקופות על האות שיש לה תג. And one must draw them as very little upright zayin, and this is more or less the way it looks in all the tagim that you can find. כמה שהן כתובים בספר תורה, just like we do them in the ספר תורה. ואלו הן האותיות המתויגות שבארבע פרשיות האלו. And these are the letters that should get crowns in these 4 פרשיות. פרשה ראשונה, in the first פרשה, שמע ישראל, יש בה אות אחת בלבד. I'm sorry. First parasha is Kadesh Lichol Bechor. There is only one letter in the entire parasha that has crowns. והיא מם סתומה של למימין. And it's the mem setuma. Mem setuma means the fully closed mem. It's another way of saying mem sofit, what we know as mem sofit. Why is it called the fully closed? Because it is fully closed. If you look at it, the mem has 2 shapes. One is open at the bottom, one is fully closed. So that mem sofit has haleha shelosha zainin. It has a crown comprising 3 little zainin, 3 little letters zayin. Parasha sheniya, יש בה 5 אותיות. The second parasha has 5 letters that have these תגים, וכל אחת מהן ה, and it's all on the letters ה, ועל כל ה מהמשתן 4 זיינים. And on top of each of these 5 ה, there is 4 זין, והן ה של לאונתנה, and it's the ה of just trying to find it here. It's on the very first line. Untanaha lach, this he here, if you can see the mouse cursor that I have, this is the he that has this tagin, as you can see, 3 tagin here. 4 tagin, sorry. והה ראשונה והאחרונה של כי הקשה also has 4 of them here, here and here. והה של ויהרוג here, והה של ידך, here the one that I said that it's an anomaly, this one also has 4 תגים. פרשה שלישית יש בה 5 אותיות, ואלו הן קוף של ובקומך, יש עליה 3 זיינים. Now they don't have all the same numbers of zainim, each one has a different number, so the kof has 3. קוף של וקשרתם, יש עליה 3 זיינים. tet פה של לטוטפות, this word לטוטפות, it has 3 letters with תגים, על כל אחד משלושתן 4 זיינים. Each one of these has 4 זיינים. פרשה רביעית יש בה 5 אותיות, the fourth parashia also has 5 letters that have them, ואלו הן פה של ואספת, יש עליה 3 זיינים, it has 3 זיינים, בתו של ואספת, יש עליה זין אחד, so it's in the same word, you have 2, ותת פה של לטוטפות, and then the word לטוטפות also has 3 letters, על כל אחת משלושתן 4 זיינים, each one of those has 4. כל האותיות המתויגות 16, and there is 16 letters that have these crowns, ואם לא עשה התגין או הוסיף וגרע בהם, however, if a person did not do the crowns, although Rambam says וצריך להיזהר, one must be careful, if a person did not do them, או הוסיף וגרע בהן, or he did more of them or fewer of them, לא פסל. He did not invalidate the tefillin. About the meaning of these crowns, I just want to point out, Rabbi Akiva was known, there is a very beautiful midrash in Masechet Menachot, I believe it's Daf Kafhet, of Moshe Rabbeinu going to the heavens, and then Borei Olam, God shows him Rabbi Akiva many generations later, and he says, this is going to be a person who is going to do derashot on each and every crown in the Torah, all the tagim in the Torah. So just want to point out, this midrash does not make a lot of sense with the current system we have of indiscriminately putting tagim, putting crowns on every letter just because it belongs to one of these 2 groups of Sha'at Nezgat or Bedak Haya, it made a lot of sense, however, in the old system of having crowns in specific letters, because those specific letters would mean that this tagim, these crowns, means something. And that's what Rabbi Akiva was doing. הלכה יוד, הלוקח תפילין ממי שאינו מומחה צריך לבודקן. Now this is more practical to us who are not writing tefillin. If you buy tefillin from someone who is not an expert, you must check them. לקח ממנו 100 כסיסות. If you buy from such a person who is not yet known in the public to be an expert sofer, you buy 100 בתים of tefillin, in other words, 50 pairs. בודק מהן 3 כסיסות. It's enough to just check 3 of them, או 2 של ראש ואחת של יד, או 2 של יד ואחת של ראש. Make sure that you take from each of the hand and the head, the arm and the head, so take 2 and 1 or 1 and 2. ואם יסעם כשרים, הוחזק זה האיש. And if all 3 were perfect, then this person has hazaka, he now has a presumption of being a good writer. והרי כולן כשרים, you can assume that all the other 97 of them also are כשרים. ואין השאלה צריך בדיקה, you need not check the rest. ואם לקחן סבתים, however, if you acquire them group by group, so you took first an installment of 10, then an installment of another 10, and so on and so forth, כולן צריכים בדיקה שחזקת הסבתים מאנשים הרבה לקוחים. However, if you do that, then you must check each and every group, because for all we know, and we should assume, each of these groups was written by somebody else. Yod Aleph. This is, I think, the most relevant halacha for those of us who just wear tefillin, we're not buying it right now, or not writing it. Hakotev tefillin bichtav yado. If a person wrote his own tefillin, which, by the way, should be the ideal way for us to do this, it was much easier, I presume, back in the day when we all were experts in writing on with ink and parchment, because that's the way that everything was written. Nowadays, we're all expert typers, not so much working with ink and parchment. So, but if someone did write tefillin himself, or he bought it from someone whose kashrut has been established, for example, in the way we described in Halacha Yod, or if he bought it from anyone, but then he checked them and placed them back inside their encasement, one need not ever check the tefillin again, even after many years. According to Harambam, you know how often you have to check your tefillin? Never. You never have to check your tefillin, so long as you see that the encasement of them, the leather around them, is intact. Then you can assume, you can presume that they stayed inside also intact. One need not suspect that maybe one of the letters inside got smudged, or got there was a perforation in them. Hillel Hazaken Hayaomer, Hillel the elder, used to always say with pride, touching his tefillin, he would say, Elu, Mishel La'avi Ima, these tefillin that I'm wearing, they are from my maternal grandfather. So presumably he never even checked them in 3 generations. Just to give us an example of how, according to Hillel Zaken, one need not check the tefillin ever, not in one's lifetime, and not even 2 generations later. Just one sentence about this. Just with this halacha, Harambam is disrupting an industry of charlatans that exists today, unfortunately, in the Jewish people, of people trying to make money out of checking unnecessarily tefillin and putting a lot of nonsensical, superstitious meaning to whatever happens inside the tefillin. All of this is nonsense according to Harambam. We spoke about these things in the 11th chapter of Ilchot Avodah Zarah, if anyone wants to go back and listen. But bottom line is, tefillin need not be checked ever. They are designed to never be opened, and if they were kasher upon acquisition, that's enough for the rest of their life. Not even for your life, but even beyond that, your son, your grandson, and so on and so forth. Tomorrow, B'ezrat Hashem, we'll study the third chapter.